that many and maintain that many, keeping those kind of quality players happy, because everyone wants to play. Playing's more fun than watching. When you become an elite player, as he is, then schematically there are things that certainly you have to do to account. However, there's enough other quality players on the field where if you put undue attention on any one particular player, the trade-off really doesn't warrant it because someone else is very capable. But I've been impressed.
Second row right in front of you, Coach.
Anna Hickey, 24/7 Sports. How often have teams spied Perkins this year, and do you expect Clemson to do a degree of that tomorrow?
Well, with the volume of offense that he's accounted for with us, it's almost every week, and rightly so. So most teams' approach is to have someone else be responsible for touchdowns or yardage than him, and our intent is just the opposite. And so we've been able to have enough success, especially the last 5 or 6 weeks of the season, as our offense has gained its footing, has yielded different points, yardage, and production, finishing really in the ACC second in scoring, but first in time of possession. And that's a really unique, those are two statistics that rarely blend, that you can lead in time of possession and be first or second in scoring. Most of the time it's one or the other, where you can hold on to the ball and the scoring will be minimal. Or you can score a lot, but your defense is on the field a lot because your tempo is so fast. So Bryce isn't all that we have, and the nature of offense is quite different in that we're able to hold on to the football a long time and score, which is ideal for our program at this time.
Front row.
I'll go use the term unbroken progression. That's not often how it works. How have you guys been able to keep the arc going, trending up?
Well, it has been the intent from the minute wheels touched down in Charlottesville when my family and I arrived, is to build a program that would not only rise to the top level of the ACC, but remain there, meaning consistent and sustainable. And there are all kinds of temptations to take shortcuts along the way. In the talent selection, in just the daily ethical operations of a program. And I think we see that through college sport and professional sport, or maybe any business, anything that's competitive. I don't have any interest in that. I just wanted something foundational that then could be built upon and measured. And easily in my job and in the world of college athletics, wins are the way that happens. That's not the only thing that's sustainable, but that's the way it's usually measured. And so to go from 2, the next year's team was just framed, what will you do to add upon the 2? And they made it to postseason, just barely. And then the next team had the same framing from me, what will you do to add upon that? And then there were 8 wins and a bowl victory, and the next team had the same framing from me, what will you do to add upon that? And so now, this year we had beaten a few ACC opponents that we hadn't beaten yet. We're at the ACC championship game in just year 4. And I think that's fairly remarkable. While there are very few programs that might have climbed to a conference title sooner than that, I'm not sure they've done it as methodically and consistently in thoughts of sustaining, and as intentionally. And so I've been proud of them for that, knowing that we don't view just arriving here as the finish. We've come to compete and play our best football, and so this class and this program still would like to accomplish more in framing what it would be like for the next team to raise the bar at an even higher level. But we do expect each successive group to do something that the others haven't done. And as the air starts to be squeezed out, someone that's an English major could help me with that. It becomes more challenging but more fulfilling. And that's really fun as a head coach.
Front row to the right.
Jeff White, VirginiaSports.com. None of your guys has ever played against Clemson, but most of your team was here in the stadium for the Belt Bowl last year. all things being equal, would you rather compete in a setting you're familiar with, or does that not matter in a game like this?
No, I think it does matter, because, right, so long-term memory is facilitated by a number of things. One of them is a significant emotional experience. So I just walked out on the field and I felt good, because it was associated with our win over South Carolina, and that's a positive thing, and it has a level of confidence and takes away some of the unpredictability. Now, we weren't playing Clemson. This is a different opponent. I've never coached against Clemson, nor has our team played, but at least the setting is one less unknown before we play the game, and that's a good starting point.
Ken, front row to our left.
Not having your BYU bio handy, have you had teams in conference championships before?
So, man, back in the days when I was in the Mountain West Conference, there wasn't a conference championship. The conference wasn't big enough. The different realignments hadn't happened. And so the 6 years together with the other two top teams, which were the University of Utah and TCU, at Brigham Young, we won it twice. Utah won it twice, and TCU won it twice in that 6-year span. And then they both split and went off to different conferences. And then we were independent, and obviously there was no conference championship. So this is my first conference championship game, not first conference championship. But I like the format, and wow, do I like the extra practice. That 1 week extra, we'll take every one of those days we can get in terms of building the program. And that kind of caught me off guard as to how valuable that would be, and how much fun it is just to be with my team 1 more week.
Second row to our right.
Hey, here's Mendel, Chris Heidel from Herman Radio in Baltimore. When did you know you have a great, when did you know you have a great team this year? After the 2 losses, the one against Miami, or did you know after Louisville you have a great team that can rally around and get back to here?
It's a great question. I think greatness is defined in a lot of different ways. I knew I had a great team, and I've known I've had a great team just by being with them every morning. We practice early. Most of our players are in the building between 5:30 and 5:45. Their resilience, their countenance, their body language on a daily basis, and their resilience let me know they could be great on the field. I already knew they were great off. I think everyone else is just now starting to see. And I'm not even quite sure, truly understand what it's been like over 4 years of building a program at the University of Virginia. I'm not sure that coverage is quite deep enough yet. It has been very challenging, and that they've been part of that. I would have considered them great even before they played this year.